welcome to my little podcast called Babbles Travelling Yarns. I'm Grace and I'm just after eating some hummus, so excuse me. Every single episode recently I seem to be eating something. I don't think that's a bad thing. So my name's Grace. You can find me on all the social medias as Vanawillamil on Instagram, which is mostly where I am, Ravelry and Periscope. I'm kind of not very good at those two. I do have a Ravelry group as well if you want to pop over and say hello, introduce yourselves. And there's also a CAL going on called the Wonders of the World CAL, and it's currently being run by the Bakery Bears because we're based in Europe, where there's 6 months of the year and there's 6 different podcasters, and we're covering 6 continents. And it's about kind of discovering the world through your knitting and kind of discovering designers from other countries and things like that. But this week I've been working quite hard and I've not been having much time to knit. I have finished one object and I have bought one object. So from the intro, you might have guessed that I went out to a traditional Irish pub. Actually, I didn't realise that they were playing traditional music. It's a pub we always go to when I went to art college here. And I bumped into a huge bunch of like old Irish art college friends, and I'm really excited about getting to know them again and getting together with them again. So that's really exciting. So we'll start with FOs, and then I'll just have a little chat about my whips, what I've been doing, and some mistakes I've made. So first off is this hat, a little hat. Now the sun is probably not going to be my friend, but we'll try it on and see if that's any better. But it's beautiful yarn from the Art of Yarn in Kelowna in BC, British Columbia, and it's just a really simple hat pattern. This is actually the first hat pattern I've actually knit for a long time, and I actually made it up. I started a couple of things and then I made it up as I went along, and I quite like the decreases. I did a bit of a spiral decrease. I just calculated how many stitches I had on the needles, which was actually way like five stitches less. So then I made it I divided it, and I was like, what does this divide equally by? So it divided by 12. So I decided that every 12th stitch, every 11th stitch, I would knit 2 together. And then it would be like every 10th stitch, knit 2 together, every 9th stitch. And I kind of went like that. So it was quite a fast decrease. And then I asked the person who it's for, what does he want? Does he want, like, as I got to here, I asked, oh, do you want slouchy or do you want tight fitting or whatever? And I finished the hat thinking he said beanie. I was like, beanie means tight. No, he wanted a slouchy hat. So this hat is now my father's hat, and I will knit another hat for Rich. Unless, Rich, you do want this, in which case, let me know. It is a really, really nice hat. I will tidy up the ends. But it's just beautiful yarn. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's got all these blue, like, what are they called? Like bright greens, bright kind of acidy greens, and then down into Kelly greens and really dark browns, and oh, it's just a lovely yarn. So what I did was I actually held the ball. I held 2 strands together, one from the inside and one from the outside, and that broke up the colouring quite a lot. So there wasn't any pooling at all. So it really made it very homogeneous, which is lovely. Now I still had loads left. So I decided I'd cast on a brim for around my hat, and then I got this far, and then I tried it on, and it's way too big. So, oh well, we'll rip that out and start again. I think I just end up ripping it and starting at a lot of things. So I've just been to the market in Limerick City, the Saturday market, and sorry if all these birds are too loud, but I think they're just beautiful and stunning. So I love the sound of bird song. I hope it's not too piercing. I hope it's okay. So when I was in Limerick, I came across this booth because last night I was talking to my friend Jerry, who's a famous artist, by the way, Jerry Davis. Look him up, he's incredible. I met this lady called Nellie, and do I have her? This is a a little card, little information card. Where's their actual card? Oh, there it is. So it's called Nellie's Wool Products, and the website is nellie-weebly.com, and she's Nellie Siebert, and she lives in County Clare, and she spins wool from her own sheep, and she was there in the market actually spinning her own wool. And there's some sort of farm machinery now. This is what happens when you live in the countryside. They're probably spreading something, who knows. But I bought this beautiful, she sells finished products because people don't really appreciate hand spun wool and don't really want to pay for the price that it actually is worth. So she made this beautiful hand spun headband. So I was like, oh, well, I could make one, or I could wear one, because tomorrow I'm going up Keeper's Hill and it's going to be cold. So it's really rustic, beautiful yarn. It's going to keep me really warm. Excellent. So it's just beautiful. Oh, so wonderful. Just got a little tag in there. And I'm just really delighted to see Handmade in Ireland by Nellie. It's one of the, the Irish thing. They love it. So it says here, you have just bought a genuine handcraft from Ireland. The product is created with wool that comes from my own sheep roaming the fields around my house. I keep them on an organic basis as much as possible, their well-being and happiness of most importance. Which probably means like, they get, vaccinations and stuff. Each year I shear them by hand with a clipper. The wool is then spun, twined and washed and crafted into the product you have just bought. It's not dyed in order to keep its colour and other features as natural as possible. The inspiration for this product comes from the land around me and is completely handmade. Thank you for your custom, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy making it. I was like, that's really sweet. So I really wanted to get something from her, and I also took a little video of her booth, which I'll put in here. I say James took the video because I forgot my phone, which is very useful. I also went to this amazing hummus place and got a giant tub of hummus and some proper bread. So next on my whips is my lace shawl. This is the Coeur D'Amour, and I'm still on chart B. The charts of course take longer to get through the bigger the chart gets, the bigger the shawl gets. Also, I made a couple of mistakes. So I popped in a lifeline and then I went straight through the circular hoops that I had on, so I've switched now to little safety pin stitch markers. I really should put in another safety line or lifeline, whatever it's called. Anyway, I'm knitting this in Morris & Sons lace, and just in the soft white colour, and this is what I've got so far. Isn't it pretty? Very pretty. You know how many times I've messed this up? 70,000. I have not ripped back because I'm a fudger. I'm a master fudger. And as long as I get the numbers eventually right. Anyway, I can see exactly where I went wrong now. This section is supposed to have another hole here. So there's a yarn over I missed on a couple of them. I just did it by habit. I think I really need to watch myself. But anyway, I figured it out now. I'm mainly knitting this like in the evenings when I sit down because I need to focus on it. I've actually been knitting it like in bed with my little headlight. With the lights. So it's been really useful because I can really see what's happening. I've got it in my little National Trust sheepy black sheep bag, which is awesome, and it's going okay. I'm getting there. getting there. It does make me feel so happy when I put it out like that, and it's like, oh my god, it's going to be so pretty. I just love the way the lace actually makes these 3D shapes of the leaves. Oh, it's just beautiful. Oh, this little stitch marker is just showing me which the front is. I couldn't see it earlier on in the pattern, but this is from Dingo Dye Works, from Peter from Dingo Dye Works. She always, whenever you buy one of her yarns, she adds a little stitch marker as well, so that's one of hers. Hi Peter! So that's what's happening in the complicated front. So I had a bit of a busy, kind of stressful-y type. Work was fine, work was grand. It's just all the rest of life kind of being a little bit difficult and annoying. So all the things I was going to cast on didn't actually happen, but something I've been saying I'll cast on for a long time did happen. I cast on the Mercury socks by, oh, I'll write it down below, I can't remember at the moment and I didn't write it down, whoopsie oops. But this is Circus Tonic handmade yarn in King Quail colourway, and it's this absolutely stunning purples, pinks, like gentle purples, soft lilacs. Oh, it's the most loveliest yarn to work with. Of course, I couldn't just do the Mercury socks top down because I'd actually taken some of this away to give away as a mini to a friend of mine, so I was like, I'm not sure how much I have. And I know I always end up with way too much, but I really wanted to make sure that I didn't run out. So I decided to cast on toe up, and the Mercury pattern is the opposite, it's cuff down. Now the Mercury sock pattern is a bit funny. Normally I knit a 62 stitch sock for myself. I'm quite a tight knitter, and I'm finding that 62 stitches is probably enough for me, probably accurate for me. Oh, I've just realised I think I've put these on inside out and backwards. Ugh, I'll have to take them off again. Anyway, so I put the question out. I was like, with the Mercury socks, it's a free pattern on Ravelry, so I'm not giving anything away. The stitch patterns, there's like 4 different sizes, but it's like a 60 stitch or a 72 stitch, which seems like a big difference. And I was like, oh, do I do 72 stitch because I'm a tight knitter, or do I do like a 60 stitch because I've heard that the lace is a little bit stretchy and you want lace to kind of stretch out to show the pattern nicely, and I couldn't decide what to do. So somebody said, oh, cast, if you're a tight knitter, I did 72 and it's lovely, and I was like, okay, I'll do 72. And then about 7 other people contacted me going, oh, 60's grand, I did 60, you want socks to be tight and you're saying you want tight anyway, and just do 60 and it'll be okay. And I was like, oh my god, I'm so stressed. So I had 60 to 72 on, and then I ripped back to 60 because I have been feeling my socks are a little bit too loose, and the lace pattern is stretchy because it's got a pearl in the middle or something like that. I haven't got onto that yet. So I just realized I put them on, one with the stockinette on this side, and then one with the reverse stockinette on that side, and that's not how it's supposed to go. So I'm gonna have to take them off and turn them around. That's okay. I need to take this one off anyway, there's still too many stitches on that. So things are kind of, I've nothing really to knit on, like I need to sit down and concentrate on that. I'm still working on my Stargazer shawl, but there's no difference really. I've added a couple of rows and I'm just on the straight section, so I've not been working hard enough to show you anything on that front. And I've been spinning. I've spun a couple of nights, and now that I've seen Nelly inside, I really want to start spinning some more. I wonder, I was wondering actually, there's a sweater spin along, isn't there? You spin enough for a sweater and then knit it, like a spackle. Is that a whole year thing? Because I could do with that being a whole year thing, that would be awesome. So I have been spinning, but not very much. I will show you what I've spun if you like. Yeah, I'll go do that now. So this is some of my Australian merino that I've been spinning. It's a really beautiful chocolatey brown colour, and it's coming up nice. It's going to be very variegated and possibly stripy because each lock is a different colour. So I'm not blending them at all. I'm literally picking the lock off. I've washed all the locks and they're in bags, and I'm just picking up locks and brushing them out and spinning straight from the lock. So it's probably going to be stripy, but that's okay. So this is all I've done of my sweater spin. It's not very much, is it? That's not true. I have done another thing, but I need to unwind the whole ball. I think I have plied it, but I think I'll re-ply it because I don't think the plying was very good. I need to put it on my niddy noddy, let it settle, and wash it. So yeah, that's going okay. I think it's such a beautiful day today. Feel it on your skin. It's so lovely. My parents are in London at the moment. So we have the house to ourselves, so we're just chilling out. We might mow the lawn this afternoon. We've got a couple of lawn, just one small one here and then one at the front and then one at the back. So it's quite a pretty garden. They've done a lot of work to it. It's pretty gorgeous. I might do a little tour if anyone's interested of the gardens. I don't know what all of the plants are, but they're pretty cool. They're pretty. And I'd say in summertime the colours are going to be absolutely beautiful, so let me know if you'd like a little tour of the garden. What else? Tomorrow we're going up Keeper's Hill, which is a mountain in technically Tipperary, I think. And I quite like the mountain. I've made up a story about it, but so if you look at it straight on, it kind of looks like it's a very slow kind of hill. It's like a hill. Very gentle sloped, and then in front of it there's two hills that kind of come in and cross like that, and it's like a woman's cross legs, you know, and it's just like she's sitting there just watching over everything, you know, just watching, just keeping us safe. I just really like that idea. So I might pop up some video about that when I'm editing this, because let's be honest, this isn't going to be up on Saturday. It's going to be up on probably Wednesday. Seems to be my uploading day. Yeah, so that's really kind of all I have to show you, what I've been making. It's been a kind of a busy time for me, and quite tiring really, but springtime's coming and hopefully I'll get into a routine soon where everything will start to make a little bit of sense. We'll get there, won't we? We'll get there together. So I hope you're enjoying the weather wherever you are, whether it's autumn or whether it's spring. I hope snows are melting if they are still hanging around, because it's a long time to be under snow, and I hope the heat is easing off if you're in a place where it is incredibly hot all the time. So I hope it's easing off to more livable human temperatures. Let's vote for more human times. I think that's why spring and autumn are kind of loved, because it kind of there's the two extremes and then there's this kind of nice happy middle. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me, and big love to everybody who's come and joined and seen what's going on in my brain. It's a little bit less a little bit less full of ridiculous items that I've made in the past. I do have one coming up, but that will be for another time. It's a unfinished project, and you will also. I had a problem with sleeves. Let's just say that sleeves are not my friend, and that's okay. We all have issues with friends who wear sleeves that we don't get on with. But I will talk to you later. Thanks for joining. Bye. Good morning everybody, it is Sunday the somethingth of April 2017, the start of April, and we are currently walking up Keeper's Hill, and this is the scenery at the moment. It's not as blue and as bright as yesterday, which is perfect for my kind of walking weather because I get burnt instantly, and we're passing all of this beautiful gorse which is flowering at the moment, and that's the stuff that smells like coconuts. Coconuts in April. It's very nice. So this is the trail that we're walking on. It's a logging trail. It's a working forest. Quailcha. It's run by the government agency called Quailcha, which in Irish means woods. It's a good name, don't you think? Good job, Quailcha.